Welcome into the Newhouse Studios for the Q's.com pregame show with Ethan Frank. I'm Annie Klaff. Now, the number 3 you saw in front of that Syracuse name, it's the highest ranking they've held this season. Annie Klaff here alongside Scott Hansen, Syracuse alum and NFL Network on-air personality. I guess to start things off, what's your favorite part about the Super Bowl Media Week experience?
My favorite part about Super Bowl opening night.
Annie, these non-conference games are so important with the NCAA tournament coming up.
Especially if it will come to the point that Syracuse needs to receive an at-large bid from the committee to enter that tournament. These out-of-conference opponents will be just as important as the ACC ones. Ben, with a win on Sunday for the 49ers, Kyle and Mike Shanahan would become the first ever father-son duo to win Super Bowls as head coaches. The Orioles are at the top of the American League and just one game behind the Braves for first in the majors. This all comes after a sweep in Birdland when the O's outscored the Mets 19-6 in total. The Kansas City Chiefs may be going against the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday in Super Bowl 58, but what about the team that's actually here in Las Vegas? The Raiders are put in a situation where they must watch two of their biggest rivals face off on Sunday on their home turf. But Man City is favored to win the league. I think that with Klopp leaving Liverpool after this season, that's fuel for the Reds to win it for him. Not to mention Darwin Nunez is expected to be healthy and play today, and I really like Cody Gakpo and Alexis McAllister at the minute. Now, Jackson, this is the first time that you guys are ranked in the top 5 since 2005. What does that mean for your program this season?
Yeah, it's great.
This year, though, before the ACC tournament began, SU was 7-3-6, meaning that winning the conference is even more crucial for a College Cup appearance. So far, so good for the postseason, but Syracuse has a massive target on its back, and North Carolina is the next team to go after it. Ailey, thanks so much for being here with us. Now, Delaney Schweitzer in net has had a lot of expectations coming into this season, but hasn't really performed very well. Is this a concern to the Syracuse squad or Syracuse fans? Now, there's no surprise that Deasia Fair is a huge name for the Syracuse women's basketball program, especially after just making the top 5 all-time career scoring list in the NCAA Division I. You were a part of that team that played against Maryland in its prime back in 2014, falling to them in the national championship. But what does this matchup mean to Syracuse?
It's a big game for both teams. You know, Maryland wants revenge.
Now, when this happens and you're the last defender on the ball before the keeper, that's got to be a red card, and that is an extremely risky situation. Here's the referee saying to Ian McIntyre at the end that this is denying obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and that is really something that hurt Syracuse in that game against UNC. Coming in as a transfer from Michigan, what can you say about this Syracuse team's culture?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Some of the guys say it, and I truly believe it. It's the best locker room in the country.
I think that the Orioles really need a lefty starting pitcher in the rotation, especially with John Means being injured right now. So I'm going with Eduardo Rodriguez from the Tigers.
Yeah.
2.95 ERA and just under 2 walks per 9 innings.
'49ers cornerback Travarius Ward makes his way back to the Super Bowl 4 years later, except this time playing against his former team, the Chiefs. Ward led the NFL this season in pass breakups with 23, and Christian McCaffrey knows just how important he is to the team.
I was so happy that he got some accolades this year because he deserves them, and just a great teammate, great player, and somebody who's going to be great for a long time.
This year, though, Ward has a lot more to play for than just a championship. His 1-year-old daughter, Amani. Amani was born with Down syndrome and at just 4 months old underwent open heart surgery. This posed lots of challenges for his life both on and off the field.
Because at one point I kind of wanted to send it back home because our relationship wasn't that good. I mean, I don't know why. Well, probably because I wasn't around as much, being that I worked, a lot of hours, at the facility and stuff like that. So once she started loving me, it just took my game to a whole nother level. I feel like if she didn't stay with me all year, I probably wouldn't have went all pro or to the Pro Bowl. So, I mean, I'm glad I kept her around, and, she just made everything better for me.
Man, it's been amazing to watch him. He's really turned into kind of a silent assassin. I don't think people understand how important he is for our team.
Another interception, one of the best in the business. And now
Just goes to show that a little bit of extra support can go a long way.
She made me feel more confident in myself because she loved me no matter if I have a good game or a bad game, if I'm rich or I'm poor.
And now, Travarius Ward has a few words for Amani some 10 years down the road.
Just be confident in yourself and believe in yourself. You're a beautiful little girl, and don't let nobody ever take your confidence away from you.
Reporting from Las Vegas, Nevada, Annie Klaff, Newhouse Sports.
And D'Agostini coming in, not starting a game yet this season, and coming in making that impact. 2 goals, you could tell he wanted one more. Incredible performance from this Syracuse team in applying attacking pressure, something that this squad needed after falling to 2 midweek out-of-conference opponents. She seemed a little shaky against Auburn on Thursday to start it off, but once she settled in, she really found that strong balance in knowing when to contain and stay on that back line, but also pushing forward and stepping to the ball. 2-way defender, marking 4 goals this year. 3 of them have been headers. Giorgio Kaczewski should be looking out for him again, as he always does in the box on corner kicks. She is an absolute powerhouse. She's from London. She played for Nigeria this summer in the Women's World Cup. There's no surprise that she's the leading goal scorer. I mean, you take a look at all that international experience, and it brings an elevated level of sophistication, demand, and speed to this Florida State team. It's incredible. This already looks like a different Yale squad from the first half. They're applying more pressure. They're more confident on the ball when they have those 1v1 opportunities, especially for Max Rogers here and taking players on.